Delivered a little bit more loft, now at 27 degrees. There's that peak height jump up, right? Hey guys, so it's Derek Goodwin here, and in today's video we're going to talk a little bit about trajectory control. So I'm in my little studio here. I got my GC Quad launch monitor. I'm using a Callaway Apex TCB 7 iron for reference. I play this at 1 degree flat, standard men's length. I got the Modus NS Pro 130 extra stiff shaft in here. I got the Fudicials marked so we can get some club data as we go through this process. And this is at standard loft. Standard loft on this club's 34 degrees. Might be nice to know as we're looking at some numbers. Some numbers we're going to kind of pay attention to here. As I hit it high, as I hit it stock, as I hit it low, what's angle of attack do? How does my delivered loft or my dynamic loft change? Might as well take a look at peak height. I just kind of chipped one out here to get these numbers on there. Thought carry would be a fun number for us to look at, and then of course what's important here is our launch angle and our peak height, but how does backspin get affected as well? So I'm going to start off here by hitting a stock shot, and let's just kind of see how those numbers look as we hit just a stock 7 iron here. So for me, hit that one reasonably well. It's going to carry about my standard carry, about 180 yards, okay? And let's take a look at those numbers. So right as way as I go to hit it, pretty standard for me, 7.8 degrees down. Just kind of a baseline. I just want us to pay attention to this video is how do these change as I'm hitting different trajectories. 33.9 yards of peak height, 16.6 launch, 182 carry, and then for reference, 5,600 RPM. So some interesting things to note there, right? Let's try to hit a low one. So what am I going to do to hit a low one? I think so from a technical standpoint, I'm going to try to deliver less loft. That would really affect launch, right? I'm probably going to try to hit a little bit more down on it. I'm going to expect to see a reduction in spin rate, maybe a reduction in carry, and definitely lower launch, lower peak height. So ball's going to be a little bit back in my stance, and I'm really just going to abbreviate that finish position, almost like I'm trying to get a little bit more shaft lean and then maintain those hands forward as I move through, and that will help me keep my dynamic loft down and help me launch the golf ball a little bit lower here. So ball's a little bit back. Now, before I even hit this, it's not like it's crazy back, right? So 7 iron ball position is just going to be a little bit ahead of center. I'm probably going to play this one at about center. If I want to hit it even lower, I'm probably going to change clubs, right? So just ball in the center, abbreviate that finish, try to maintain a de-lofted club face through impact, and little tuggy, right? Little pulley, so we might see that even a little bit lower. Because I pulled it, kind of closed the face, I maybe added a yard or two of carry, but 10.5 AOA down, that's quite a bit different, right? A few more degrees down. I delivered a lot less loft, so that's about 5 degrees less loft. Interesting, right? Launch angle was down a little over 3 degrees. Peak height was down, what was I, 33 yards before, so about 7 yards, about 20 feet or so of peak height, and spin rate dropped to 5,100. So this shot's going to be really important when I'm into the wind, right? Potentially if I have a back pin and I just want to try to land this into the front of the green and let it roll a little bit more. And for me, my low shots are kind of my go-to shots, right? So if I'm not playing well, I like to hit the low shots a lot more often because I feel like I can control them, okay? But as we move forwards here into the high shot, once again, what's going to be different? Well, probably the exact opposite. A little bit more delivered dynamic loft, maybe less down with my angle of attack. Therefore, low point might not be quite as far forwards, definitely not from the low shot. Maybe get a little bit more spin rate, and we'll see how the rest of that is affected. Once again, how am I going to do it? Opposite to the low shot. So ball's now going to go a little bit forwards in my stance, just about a ball or a ball and a half forwards in my stance, nothing crazy. And then for me, I do like to feel like I take that club a little bit more kind of outside and create this kind of more vertical swing plane as I do it. But more importantly, as I'm coming through, I'm feeling like I'm creating this really high finish as I'm kind of like posting up off of my lead leg. Why would I hit it high? Of course, I got to get over top of something. That would kind of be number one. Number two, maybe I got a front pin and I'm trying to carry a bunker and I got to land this ball on the green. A higher shot is going to land a lot steeper, therefore it's going to stop a little bit faster. So those would be a few reasons why I want to hit one high. I don't love to hit a lot of high shots personally, but it's nice to have in the bag for when you do need it. So we got that same 7-iron. We're going to go balls just a little bit ahead. Like I said, I'm going to feel like I'm maybe a little bit more vertical in the swing plane. Definitely kind of jumping out of that lead foot a little bit more to try to get this golf ball up in the air. And I'm going to actually have this conscious effort of I'm trying to let that club head get a little bit more in line with my hands at impact. Whereas that low shot, I'm trying to create more lean. That high one, I might be letting that club head go a little bit more to create that launch. So ball's up. And then now I'm going to be a little bit more dynamic from a vertical sense in this action. Didn't hit it perfect, so I should lose some carry. Yeah, into the 160s. I actually picked up club speed. You guys can't see that, but maybe I'll hit one more and see, but we can see right away. Less down at 5.6. Launch was up to 19. Spins up. Speed kite didn't get up as much because I didn't hit the ball as solid. Therefore, ball speed's down. Ball speed is one way to kind of get that peak height up in the air. So let's hit one more. Try to make a little bit better contact on this one and see if we can create that launch up in the air. Yeah, so I hit that one really solid. And we'll see the numbers are going to be a little bit different than what I had before. I actually maybe picked up a little bit of carry. But I went to only 6 down. So I was 7 point something down with my stock shot, 10 and a bit with my low, 6 with my high. Carry stayed pretty similar really throughout. Delivered a little bit more loft now at 27 degrees. There's that peak height jump up, right? 41 yards. So I went 33 was my standard, right? 41 is now my higher. Because I'm delivering more loft, right? I'm creating, if you take the difference between loft and angle of attack, basically is spin loft, more spin, creating much more backspin on that shot, more launch at 19 versus 16.6. So just kind of some cool ways I like to use my Foresight GC Quad launch monitor to measure my practice, to measure my students' practice when we're working on different golf shots to help them understand how do I hit certain things. I don't think there's a better launch monitor in the market in terms of measuring the club and measuring launch, so I really rely on this. But 3 different shots, same club, similar carry distances, very different club delivery, very different swing dynamics, very different ball flights. Hopefully this video gives you a little bit of insight onto how you can hit some different shots around the golf course in terms of higher and lower. And let me know in the comments below what you think. Thanks for watching.